And I'm joined by Frank Little, activist marching against GMO. Frank, thanks for taking the time. Give me your opinion on why this is so important that we're marching on the topic of GMO. We can certainly get into other ones, but on the topic of GMO, what don't people understand about genetically modified?
I think the fundamental issue is besides the hubristic aspect of not understanding, the evolutionary level of impact we can create. We are playing with something that is almost geologic in its time scale in the course of mere years, and we don't know what we're playing with. On
right, and in fact we end up being human guinea pigs. It's not going to be detrimental to us, but they don't know. They're splicing genes in nature that do not occur in nature.
Absolutely.
And we end up being lab rats. Is the battle being lost for healthy food in this country and in the world?
I think, and this ties back to the previous question as well, because I think that really the most fundamental aspect as far as we're concerned socially, politically and economically at present, evolutionary biological concerns aside, what we've done is we've set up a state-backed apparatus that allows groups to come in, change around one or two genes in a species and claim ownership over this entire life form, of which is composed of,
It's all about copyright, isn't it? Everything's copyrighted.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, part of the problem is intellectual property, because it allows for the way in which it's formulated now, at least, allows for the monopolization of life. And so what's happened is that this is creating this is allowing these powerful elites to position themselves on top of an economic bottleneck over the very food supply of the world. Now, having an economic bottleneck of the world's food supply gives them pretty much total bloody control.
Ultimate power. You control the belly. We're all 6,000 calories away from being a slave.
Absolutely. This is what the fascists always do. It's what they're doing in Greece right now. It's what they did in Germany. It's what they did in Italy. It's what they did in Spain during the revolution. They are there and they are offering food. They're offering food, with a billy club.
You become very malleable when you're hungry, and you're a malleable populace. Frank Little, where can I read more or look into your activism a little more? Do you have a website you want to give out?
Well, you can look up Wildfire Collective on Facebook.
Okay.
Or you can look up the Kinda Collective at kindacollective.org. And that's different. That's more of a situationist group trying to develop the aesthetics of liberty.
Very good. And you know what? Here's the deal. When you talk about liberty, we're talking about GMOs now. But as we talked before the interview, it's all connected. It's all connected. It's about control. It's about power. It's about people taking that back. And I greatly appreciate your time. Guys, I'm with Jeremiah. He was a spokesman today at the GMO-free rally, and he took a minute after standing and was on a bullhorn for half the day to talk with us. So, Jeremiah, thanks very much for this interview. I appreciate it.
Thanks for talking with me.
You know what? Here's the deal. I'm really surprised in Bozeman, Montana, that we had this kind of a turnout. There had to be at least 500 to 1,000 people in this tiny little town.
Yeah, it's not a big town, but I think this is a big issue.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, especially, Bozeman's actually a very well-informed community. It helps, we have a university here, we have a good education system here, and a good education system kind of encourages people to ask more questions and to be open to more than just the advertisements they see on TV and stuff. So.
No doubt about it, and I think you're right. There are a lot of people in Montana who are sitting looking at corporate special interest domination, especially in agriculture, especially in politics and finance, and it's encouraging to me because I've been over the last couple of years I've really seen an awakening, and showing up today. I knew I wanted to come down here and cover this, but I was blown away. So it's a good sign, I think.
Yeah, no, it's a great sign.
Yeah.
The big thing for me is I think so many people are waking up to it because it's the health issues. People are literally getting sick. They have friends that are getting sick.
No doubt.
And You know, the allergies, it's little or it's a big issue, but it's issues across the board, and everybody knows someone who's dealing with this. It's not a removed thing, and so...
You're 100% right, and let's be clear what GMO is. We don't know. They don't know what it does to your body. It's splicing of genes that does not occur in nature, and we are basically test rats, correct?
They do know some things, and, you know, I guess there hasn't been enough scientific research to be, you know, to completely change the medical community or whatever, but there are a lot of independent medical organizations that do stand out against it and do recognize some of the studies that are being brought out. But it's really sad that when a study gets released, you can pretty much guarantee if you're in a public position, you're not going to have a job after that.
That's right.
If you're at a university that receives, you know, research funding,
it's called a whistleblower blowback.
Right.
And we're seeing it, and it has no. I mean, it has no party affiliation. It doesn't matter if it's Obama and the left or if it's you know, the right. It is all about protecting corporate special interests, and you know, this is what people need to realize, that it doesn't matter what you call yourself. We're all being affected by this.
And that's one of the biggest things for us, because here in Montana especially, we're kind of a red state sometimes, but also we're a very progressive kind of Democrat sometimes too. But one of the things that we really need to push on this issue specifically is that it's not a political issue. This is a health issue. It doesn't matter, you know, whether you're red or you're blue. It shouldn't matter. At least. Some people might try to take it down to that, but this is something that affects all of us. And,
yes. I couldn't agree with you more. You're right, and it is that opening perspectives. You know, like I said, I've been doing this for a little while, and the thing that's encouraging to me is people are starting to let go of that. I'm a student, I'm a lefty, I'm a businessman, I'm a righty, because you're 100% right when you say it's just a matter of health, and it's what we're putting into our body. And I want to greatly I want to thank you for your time, number one, and standing in that costume all day.
It was a little warm. The only nice green shirt I had was like the most well-insulated thing I owned. So
well, and it's ironic that you picked corn, because it is so highly GMO dominated.
Yeah. No, it's I planned though. I brought water. I got a backpack.
You're ready to go. All right, Jeremiah. Thank you very much. I appreciate your effort and time.
Have a great day.
You too, man.
GMO has got to go. GMO has got to go.
That's awesome. How do you feel about GMO?
I hate them.
Right on, Brother Moses.